Okay, so I'm going to start by going through this week's food log and going through what happened last week. So Monday started out reasonably well. So had nothing for lunch and had spinach and ricotta ravioli with my daughter in the evenings with some tomato and basil pasta sauce. Had slim fast. Chocolate caramel bar in the evening. Woody's would have had at lunchtime. And then I think from there it is pretty much all downhill this week. Tuesday ended up being a couple of bags of snacks late in the evening. Calorie intake for this day, Tuesday, wasn't particularly brilliant. Normal, that would have been first thing in the morning. Latte at the machine in the kitchen, and Woody's for lunchtime. And then the rest of it was just no calorie cans of Pepsi Max or water. And then Wednesday was equally as bad, really. A few coffees in a day. But I only put down drinks that will give me calorie intake if I have like a diet drink or with no calories in it or very few calories in it. And I might not always put it in, or glasses of water, they just don't go down. And to be honest, I always remember to click stuff in on the water consumption. I need to get better at doing that. But anyway, Wednesday was a fairly awful day, food wise. Thursday wasn't much better. I got into to the evening and felt I needed to eat something. Ended up ordering a cheeseburger in, and I essentially took one look at it and thought, that looks lovely, but you're not going to be able to eat it. So I did my best. I ate about half of it and just couldn't physically fit any more in. I found the last week or so that my stomach has shrunk, and meals that I would normally eat and consume, there's just no way I can get them down anymore. So that was a waste. In fact, I put down half a burger. It was more like a third, and I'd eaten about a quarter of it, and then just couldn't get. I picked and at it for a little bit and tried to get in a bit further, and then just failed miserably. It was just an utter waste. Friday, yeah, I didn't eat or drink and eat anything on Friday, and the drinks were few and far between as well. Saturday, saved myself all day. Normal Chinese takeaway in the evening. Regular weekly treat. But again, this is a tale of the shrinking stomach, in that I ordered my normal favourite type meal and ate about a third of it. Couldn't get any further in. Like you put your rice on your dish on top, and then you sort of like eat your way into it. Well, mine looked like a Pac-Man, because I literally threw, 2/3 of it away, 3/4 of it away. Everybody else had finished eating before me, and I was struggling to get every single bite down, which isn't great at all. Sunday I've fared a little bit better, actually. I've been a bit better with my calories today, although I'm only at 650 calories for the day. Basically, it's been really hot. I came back from shopping and found a Wayward bag of mini cheddars, not the last one left in the bag, and thought, I'm having that. So that was my dinner. And then for dinner I did a scrambled egg, but dropped some onion in it, and some chilli, and some fresh chilies, and a couple of bits dried chilies, and some curry powder, just to give it a bit of kick. My mouth was watering now just talking about it. So yeah, that was obviously good. And then my drinks today, I had half a Woody's. I had drunk half of it, couldn't drink the rest of it, and then I've had literally like dandelion and burdock, 500 ml, like pint here, 7 calories in that. fact, that's my second one of those. I need to add another one of those on. And then that's literally been it. So my my calorie intake for the week has been really, really low. I suppose if I click around on here, I can find out what it actually was day by day. Here we go. Calories. Oh, that's exercise. Where is it? Water, muscle, bone mass, weight. I'll just scroll past it. There we go. Let's look at calories first, because there's always a bit of a difference. Yeah. So my target line is the red line here, 1750 calories a day. The idea is not to be under 1200, because if you are, it tells you off. The idea is to get close to this line, but not to go past it. Otherwise, you get penalised for not hitting your goal. So 1750. It seems to me like it's quite a high target. But then again, that's 1,000 calorie deficit over what somebody of my my weight and my height and my general activity level should be having. So, but I've been well under that this week, because for most of this week I haven't been well. From Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've been having stomach cramps and pains, and I've just not felt like eating, so I haven't. And then when I do feel hungry, it's like 11 o'clock at night, and it's like I'm just going to eat some rubbish, just to get something in my stomach. And then if you look at net calories, that takes away exercise off of it. So this day, that looks like Friday, I was actually negative, so there's no bump there at all, because I exercised more than I ate in calories. So Monday was fairly low, because I went out for a walk in the evening, and I've done a few bike rides this week as well. So today, going between various different places, so that's got my net calorie intake down very low today as well. So I'm not really proud of it being this low, because that's too low. One, it's not sustainable at all. I couldn't possibly keep going at this level. I'd end up killing myself. But the body will go into a starvation mode, and will end up trying to keep hold of every piece of fat and carbohydrate that you eat, and so it's just going to be detrimental long term. So I can't keep doing that. My 30-day average, or my 30-day chart, is well under this line as well. So ironically, I might have to get my calorie intake up a little bit to help me start losing weight properly, in a healthy way, in a responsible way. It's probably a better way to say it. So let's have a look at my exercise for the week. So the 11th would have been the Monday. So I did a bit of a 3-mile walk around the park in a second. I actually took some video on that, so I'm going to tag it on the end of what I'm recording now, of one of the parks I normally go for a walk in. So I did that. I quite enjoyed that. Friday, I think it's a Friday the 5th. Yeah, it must be the 5th day. Yeah. Again, same park, same walk really, and enjoyed that as well. And then didn't really feel like doing much in the middle of the week due to the stomach pain. Saturday was a write-off exercise-wise. I ended up being late, and had stuff to carry in the car I needed to carry with me, so I needed to carry a computer case to a client, and then because of the order I had to do things in that day. It was just not possible to get around on the bike and get home, get the case, go to the customer need it. It just wasn't going to happen. So after I did shopping at lunchtime with my daughter, basically spent the rest of the day on the bike. Went to see my grandpa, and his wife. Went to my dad's, went to my grand's, and then cycled home. So I literally did all that on the bike. It's been quite hot today as well, so but luckily the rides were fairly short duration, 18 minutes, 7 minutes, 22 minutes, 5 minutes. It's actually nice to get out on the coastal paths and the routes and roads and that on the island, and cycle around in the cool air, because it's been absolutely stifling here. Let's have a look at my weight chart for the week. I think this is only going to show it to me on one day. This is using Withings, which is my scales. That's not particularly helpful for the minute. So let's have a look at my MyFitnessPal, because that's got a bit of a healthier, easier to see chart. So this is in kilos, of course. So essentially I started the week at 127.2 kilos, and I finished at 125.1. Now that I believe is a boundary. Is two things for me actually. One, it is a bit of a boundary between being obese and being overweight, or morbidly obese and obese. I have to look up what the difference is on the track. Yeah, I've written down on my notes that, one of the high points is realising I'm no longer, because I've fallen down between 127 and 125 kilos. I'm no longer morbidly obese. So that's actually really good. I need to now make sure I'm carrying the trend on and carrying on going down. Also, 125 kilos is a bit significant as well, because I went on a working at height training course a couple of years ago, and it's all about ladder working and climbing and working at work on heights, because at the time I could go up climbing to do work on aerials and antenna masts and stuff like that. And the one of the devices you clamp on the rope to arrest your fall if you fall actually was marked as having a limit of no more than 125 kilos, and at the time I was well over that. And I said to the guy who was doing the course, I said, this piece of safety equipment says 125 kilos, can we get a bigger one for me, because I'm well above that? It's like, oh no, it's the safety rating's got a really good margin on it, so you'll be alright, it's like. But even then, even on the training, it made me felt a little bit nervous, intentionally climbing up a ladder and throwing myself off to make sure that I was confident that the safety equipment would take my weight and stop me from hitting a deck, But it's nice to know that I'm nearing that 125 kilos now, because that, for me, a couple of years ago, that was a bit of a wake up call as well. So hang on, the safety equipment is not made to take you. That's just not good, is it? So what have I learned from this last week? In fact, actually, let's go over what the weights are. Actually, 127.2 kilos is 20 stone 1 pound, or 280 pounds. The 125.1 kilos that I am now is 19 stone 10 and 275 pounds. So what have I learnt this week, really? I've learnt I can't keep my calories that low, because that's probably not going to be healthy long term. I've watched a couple of videos this week as well, which has been quite good. One video on Keto Diet, done by Zoe. I'll put links up in the description underneath the video if I'll copy and paste them in. I've also watched a video by Will Tennyson on how he lost 100 pounds in 5 months. Now, that's not my target at all from his video, and what he was doing, he was losing it a lot by running, and I'm not going to even try and run at the moment. I don't think. I'd like to get there, because I'd like to do a 5k that we're trying to sort out through work at the moment, but I just think that carrying 10 stone too much, which is what I'm effectively doing at the moment, even trying to do that is just going to completely kill my knees. So I'm not sure it's worth it at the moment. I need to drop another 3 or 4 stone at least before I can think about trying that. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll get there in safely and not too distant time. So it might be a thing I can think about doing later in the year. So yeah. What else can I say about this last week, really? My if I have a look on my health stats, my Garmin stuff is still showing me as having really poor health, which is not entirely untrue. It's it is really bad. But I can feel myself getting lighter. You know, I can feel like space. Just bang my microphone. I can feel space in my shirt where it's starting to feel a bit tighter before, and I'm feeling a bit lighter on my feet. And when I'm doing the walks, I'm feeling like I could almost burst into a jog at some points. It's a bit of a struggle to get going, but after I've been walking 20 or so minutes, I can feel myself sort of speeding up and moving around and actually enjoying it. Sometimes it can be a struggle to get myself to get out, but once I'm out and I've done my first 10 whatever minutes, the rest of it seemed to pass by quite nicely. In fact, I'm just going to open up one of these walks. Where's my park walk that I did? Because I think this will even show me a map of where I was walking. Will it? No. But here's my pace. So I'm starting off reasonably. And you can see this gives it away. This gives away when I stop to take photos and videos. So my pace when I'm walking seems to be reasonably accurate. I get a bit of a speed up at the start and then speed up and slow down. Heart rate is building over the walk, which I suppose is good. I don't know. I need to learn how to read these a bit better. I also need to know how to get this to show me the maps of where I've been, because I think that'd be quite good. Just have to click play. No, okay, so point for next week is to figure out how the mapping on this works. So, right, I think that's enough for this week. Let's see how it goes. How it goes next week. In fact, one thing I did look at was my weight loss over 30 days, which was actually quite good. 129, 130 kilos down to 125. That's not bad at all, I don't think. I think that's reasonable. When you look at the 90 days, 133, 125, it's going in the right direction. So let's see if I can keep up the momentum of it. So next thing I'm gonna put on will be the video of around the park. So I'll see you next week. This is a park I've done some of my walks in recently. This is Sunray Park in Guernsey. This is me walking down the main central pathway. Around the backside there's a pond area and there's some ducks. And then there's quite a few of the paths around the park are like this, they're gravel covered, and they really are quite nice to walk on. Makes a change to concrete sometimes, This is the main central area of the park that gets used for celebrations and some events from the island.